Welcome guys to a new video. Today I have this Nintendo Switch with the charging port problem. The charging port is being thoroughly busted. So I'm gonna show you on detail what it takes to get this repair done. So let's go. If you like this video, please just give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That helps us a lot to keep making this kind of content. That being out of the way, let's continue to the video. All right, first of all, remove the joysticks, both of them. We have a few screws that we have to remove. We have one on the top, two on the bottom by the charging port. We're gonna start by removing those using our Phillips screwdriver. On the sides, we have 5 screws. Don't need to remove all of them. So we are just going to remove the one on the middle. What are we doing now is trying to get access to the motherboard where the charging port is soldered to. And yes, these require soldering. Okay, after removing those 2 screws, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. They are white shape. Let me see if I can show you right there. You see, this is the kind of screwdriver you need to remove those. All right, we are almost done here. We're gonna lift the stand, and there is another screw right there, just by the SIM card reader. Remove that one also. Okay, we have removed all those screws. Now, right now, all we have to do is remove the back panel, which is gonna come out very easy. Okay, we're gonna open the car, and like I just made this mistake. Just always check. The game has to be out of the system. Make sure you take the game out of the system. All right, now we can proceed. All right, there we go. Little snap in there. That's how we open the first layer of this Nintendo. Then we have this, which seems to be like a heat sink, this metal plate right here. And it's held also by 7 Phillips screws. So let's remove those. Right now we're going to remove the SD card reader. So this is just a little Lego connection type cable. So you guys can see it's gonna come out that easy. Just put it on the side too, because we don't need it right now. Okay, at this point we can just lift very easily this heatsink plate, and be careful. We're gonna see some thermal paste in there. Okay, at this point we have a lot of cable to unplug, so let's begin. I'm gonna use my tweezers to help me with the cable. First I'm gonna unplug, I believe this is the digitizer connector right here. Be really careful, you don't want to rip this none of these cables. Okay, I unplug that. Then we have the joystick connectors right here and right here. Okay, we know this this device has no power on it because the battery is already dead. But first thing I advise you to do is unplug the battery. Unplug the battery. So that way we're 100% sure there is no power running on our device. Then we have the one of the speakers. We have 2 speakers on this one, by the way. Second one right here. Those cables are out of the way. And what I'm gonna do is those 2 antennas too. Okay, we just unplugging everything that is connected to the motherboard. If you forget how they go, you can like rewind the video and see how they go connected. So it's very easy for you guys. I'm making this for you. Okay, now I'm gonna remove the fan. We have 3 holders right here holding the thermal paste, basically heat sink pipe. And it's gonna be another 2 screws right here, just holding down the fan. That is 1 and 2. Okay, what we're gonna do is remove the heat sink pipe, a little pipe with a little radiator right there. Just put it on the side, and make sure to unplug the fan. Okay, and don't remove it. You can just leave it in there. What we're gonna do too is another little cable right here. Unplug that cable. Like I said, we're gonna be unplugging all the cables that we come across that are connected to the motherboard. Okay, so we have another cable here, and we're gonna remove this little board, which is I think I'm not sure if this is the digitizer goes connected there, or the LCD. It's one of the two. So, but definitely we need to remove it. There you go. Very easy. Oh, my bad. And also that's the game cartridge reader. Is for the game reader. Okay, perfect. So we got that out of the way too. So now we see this is the LCD connector. So you guys can see that cable. Like I said, make sure don't pierce it or anything. If not, it's not gonna work. Okay, it seems like we have removed every single cable from this motherboard. There is another cable that you can remove, or not a cable exactly, but there is this little other board that you can remove. You see, I think I'm not 100% sure which chip this one is, but could be the memory RAM. I might be wrong. Don't listen to me on that one. Okay. Now we're gonna remove all the screws holding down the motherboard, which is we're gonna start by the charging port. Then we have 2 screws, and I highly advise you place the screws on the same place when you put them back, because sometimes the color means maybe different length. If you put a screw in a different hole and it is too large, it's gonna pierce something on the other side. Just an advice that I can give you on that. All right, we're gonna remove all the remaining screws, which is we're going about 3-4 screws, I believe. Let's see, could be more. Okay, there you go, 4 screws. And now I'm gonna attempt to lift the okay, fan. You can stay there, fan, don't move. There we go. Finally, we got the motherboard out. Okay, it took us a little while to do this. All right, and this is what are we here for? The charging port. So this is the bad boy. Let's work on the charging port. As you guys can see, it has like 4 different legs. I'm gonna start by putting some low melting soldering in there. I'm gonna apply some flux, and I'm gonna grab my soldering iron. As I said, I'm gonna put some low melt soldering paste. All right, that is good enough. I'm gonna grab my holder. Maybe if you have something else, you can use something else. I'm gonna use this one. What I do to not damage the motherboard, I grab a napkin, put it on the place I'm gonna hold the motherboard. That way, you see, because we have a lot of little capacitors and diodes, coils in there. So now we have very steady motherboard. I mean, some of you might gonna, like solder guys, are gonna say that's really unconventional. I don't do it like that. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, and you must have your own ways to work. So there we go. I said it. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna use my reflow station, heat gun, whatever you wanna call it. And I wanna tell you this: use a big nozzle, because a small nozzle is gonna take you forever, and you're gonna heat the motherboard more than what you need. So I advise you to use a big nozzle. Okay, so that way you can heat that charging port, the whole charging port at the same time. I'm gonna use the heat going that way. All right, it came out. Finally it came out. Now we're gonna quickly apply a little more flux, and we're gonna clean the area. Meanwhile, it's still hot. Gonna clean this really nice. Because remember, we need it really clean so we can install our new one. Our new charging port has to sit perfectly fine to make sure it's clean really nice. Gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna clean it and see what is the progress we have done. All right, so I'm gonna clean it. Got my alcohol here, all this dirt. All right, at this point we can go and there we go. I was using my my toothbrush, but I'm just gonna clean it with this. You see how dirty? Gonna make sure it's nice and clean in there. Okay, at this point we can go ahead and grab our brand new charging port. You can see I have it right here, and we can test it out. Make sure this one is sitting nice, and wow, I'm surprised. I thought I was going to have to clean it better, but wow, wow, just wow. It felt in there really nice. As you guys can see, very nice. It's sitting in there just like it was made for this. I mean, of course it was made for this, but anyways, that is just perfect. I don't see any issue in there. I don't know, this video might make you think that this is more complicated than what it looks. It's not so complicated, to be honest. We just have to follow up a few steps. I mean, I don't know. Probably I just love what I do. That's why I don't feel it's complicated. All right. That's it. That's it. You know what? I want to do the same for the second line. There we go. We are almost done. What we're gonna do is I'm going to put a little more flux in here, because what we are gonna do is lay our charging port on its house right here. That's its house. And now we're gonna apply heat. Probably this time we're not gonna go so crazy on the heat like we did on the first time, and we're gonna use a small nozzle, because what we're gonna do is melt that solder that we put to make sure both of the lines, the line that is inside and the line that is outside, weld to the charging port. Basically the solder has to melt and weld itself to the every single connection on the charging port. So just gotta be patient. Probably you guys never thought this video was going to be this long. All right. we apply that amount of heat, and now we can test it's being soldered or not, because we can even, you see, we can shake it. It's not moving no more. It's not moving. And I haven't soldered all the legs, so if this one is already soldered, it's gonna be soldered to the connection for the USB. I'm gonna remove it from here, and I'll probably just take a look on the microscope. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. I have nothing else to say. Basically, we have completed this stage. All what we're gonna do now is solder the legs. I was gonna just go on top of my phone thinking that's the microscope. I'm just so used to it. Anyways, let me just go ahead. I'm gonna just do this under the microscope because I don't know. I mean, excuse me. I wasn't able to show you this better, but okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of flux. You guys are gonna think this guy is in love with flux. Flux is necessary for the joining of the two soldering points. Okay, or two soldering objects that we want to weld. Okay, it's gonna have stronger joints. There we go. Now this one is being welded. Finishing this, we're gonna put the whole Nintendo back together, and I think I'm not going to skip it. I'm gonna just let it run, let it sink. If you want to skip it, just fast forward. I'm in charge now. All right, there we go. Beautiful. Wow, man, it's just magical. Probably I'm gonna even take a picture for my Instagram. Okay. Really weird, but anyways. Okay, let's bring back the whole show right here. Showrunner. All right. Let's see if we remember. Of course. That sounds unprofessional. I just wanna get things out of you guys. No problem. All right. Let me help myself with this. All right. Let's just let that motherboard rest. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Charging port has to go in first. That's our boy. We're working hard on our boy. We're not gonna mess that up. We're not gonna mess our work. All right, make sure all these little cables are not trapped in between there. Okay, looking good. It's looking good. I'm gonna connect this one first. Definitely. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna plug in the battery even before I plug in anything. Probably not even the fan, I think. Not even the fan. I'm gonna connect the fan. I already did it. So sure. I'm gonna plug in the battery. See if there is no smoke, we're good. All right, there is no smoke. What a surprise. All right, let's connect it. Okay. Oh, I see good numbers. All right. We know we have connection. And now we're gonna plug in our cables. First cables that we're gonna, because we're still testing. You always have to make sure and test everything before you start assembling stuff. All right, I'm gonna unplug the battery again, and we're gonna go ahead and connect all the cables. All right. I think I'm gonna put one of the screws that goes underneath there. Now I'm gonna put I say SIM card. All right, let's just get the cable in. We have finished all the cable. Let's plug in the battery again and see if we get any image or something that this. Oh, look! It's charging. It's charging. All right, guys. We know this one is charging, so what we're gonna do now is put everything back together. Let's see how we're gonna begin. I mean, we already started. We put all the cables already in. We can proceed by putting back all the motherboard screws. Okay, now we're gonna just lay our heatsink in there. Make sure we don't mess it up. There you go. All right, there you go. Now we're gonna put two big screws. You're gonna recognize these screws. They're not are the only one. They are on the only one that looks like that. It's two of them. Just fall in there. Fall. There we go. Fall Guys. What an addicting game, Fall Guys. Okay, everything is on place. Okay, now we're gonna lay our heatsink metal shield. That's kind of a long name, but hey, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. We need one in there, but first we need to connect. This is kind of like we do it kind of blinded. I mean, if you want, you can remove this little protection right here, and maybe like have a better clue of what you're doing. It's gonna be pushed down by this. Of course it will. All right, guys, we have our final screw to go there. We are almost done in here. Now we're gonna put the back plate. So now this one is going to seal the whole device. There we go. Wow, that went really smooth. We're gonna go ahead and so we have one little screw right there, just holding down this part. Okay, remember we have two screws on the bottom, two in the bottom, and one on the top. Okay. Okay, now we have the last two screws on the sides. I mean, they're not the last because we still have like another four. There we go. And the last ones. Now, yeah, I can say the last one. We're gonna put four screws. I mean, this one right here. Four screws that goes on each corner. Remember, that's the white shape screws. There you go. I'm gonna just put the game in there. Okay, there you go. In there, close. Put the controller, joystick controller, whatever you want to call them, back. And voila, we have finished the repair on the charging port. There you go. We have the old one and we have the new one. We have finished the repair for the charging port on the Nintendo Switch. There we go. I'm gonna put it to charge and probably show you how it went. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you right here really quick. I already charged it and it's working perfectly. I charged it for some time and it reached already 29%. And we can play around and do whatever we want. Everything is working perfect. Charging port is looking beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, as I said on the beginning of this video. Just give a thumbs up if this video helped you on something, repairing something, or repairing actually what we did on this. I'll see you guys tomorrow.